of what you are bitter. But you cannot get rid of it. Whatever you try to get rid of this phantom world, whatever you call it, this so-called realization, this presence of separation, confirms that you need it to go away. But I tell you, there is no way out. You have to realize yourself as that, which is a discomfort. This is pain body, which the moment it appears, it's pain. Even if you don't feel it, it's already the next moment, maybe pain or not. You have to go, something has to be done for it, always something. So it will never be holy enough or healthy enough. As much organic you eat, as much you try, whatever, nothing works, you will fail. And for what you are, nothing has to change anyway, but for that one, this idea that you have to be healthy and this one, and only when this and this and this happens, then I will be happy later, always later, wonderful. Try harder. So whatever brings you happiness, you become a slave of that, whatever. So it's all slavery. All the bliss moments of whatever can be given by whatever is slavery. It's enslaving you into an idea that happiness can be given. Happiness can be a circumstance. No, happiness is never a circumstance. Happiness is your nature, but it can never be in any circumstance. Yeah. So there's no way out is a message normally. Wow, this never ends. This hell of hallelujah. Wow. So what to do? I'm joking around it, because for what you are, there is no harm in it. But for this little devil who wants to end his hell, because he wants to end hell, the hell exists. And then trying not to end hell, it still exists. So whatever this phantom devil is doing or not doing, it just confirms hell. Separation. Fantastic. A perfect trap. So you better be in spite of that phantom what you are, not because of it. And I can only point to that what you are is always in spite, never because. And the satisfaction of your nature cannot be attained in anything. So by just being what you are, it's an absolute entertainment of yourself. So you attained. So it's not something you gain by anything, because you have lost something. Whatever. Good. Something else? Okay.
Thank you.
So, some other questions about that ocean of pain? Oh. Yeah, not the first one. It's a rare one, like I know Nisargadatta talked about it. It's rare that people talk about it. Because the masters, now the heart masters and the happiness masters and awareness masters, they all claim this is an ocean of love or something, blah, blah, blah. No, this is an ocean of sadness. Presence. Yeah, sadness, and then you are trying not to be sad, trying to be happy, it becomes pain. But how to, even not to try to be happy, it doesn't work. Because the attempt to be happy creates sadness. And how can you stop loving, caring about yourself? Because loving, caring means you want to be happy. That's the nature of the lover who wakes up in the morning. The presence of the lover, that what is the creator, is like a lover. And loving, caring about himself, he wants to be happy. It's the main tendency of this separate God, this imaginary God. Because this imaginary God is a doubtful existence. There is already an existential fear, and out of love he wants to become real. So he wants to know himself. It's very natural that the unreal wants to know what is the unreal. But the unreal will never know what is the reality of the unreal. The unreal will never become real. And that what is real never needs to become real. It is always real. So there is no bridge between them. But you have to understand there is nothing wrong or right with it, being like whatever you believe to be. Because from that moment on you try to be happy. By trying to be happy, you create an ocean of sadness. You confirm that there is one who needs to be happy. That's sad. There may be little moments of not so sad, but then you already call it not so bad, but not good enough. And who can take that? That never ends. So the message is, you can never escape this ocean of sadness. Because this is one side of your absolute nature. This is one way, absolute way of experiencing yourself. And you can maybe say the absence is an experience of happiness. But it's a relative happiness and a relative sadness. So this two polarity, this two faces of Shiva, Shiva experiencing himself. In presence and in absence. Presence is the presence of, presence, separation. It starts with awareness. Body awareness is the root of all separation. Waking up, awakeness, and then all experiences happen. So the first experience, awareness, already is the root of all other experiences. So what to do?
Awareness, yes.
Yeah,
so
this famous awareness, which is a superior consciousness.
So this state before the pain happened of awareness and,
The discomfort.
and desirelessness before the pain happened. Desirelessness and awareness of stillness and desirelessness.
But that's already too late.
Yeah, okay. Then I do not know. Was it too late or too
No, that's
early
too
or
late
whatever?
that's too late because if that would be your nature, it should be uninterrupted, your nature.
Yeah, I agree.
So what is when you're not aware?
It is same presence.
There is no presence in there is no presence, there is an absence of a presence.
Okay.
How can you say there's a presence? How can you
It is
remember that
saying
there's
something as
there's not the same something, you can say what you are is in the present and the absent, that it is the absolute existence who doesn't need to experience itself to be.
Okay,
So it's in the presence and then the absence what it is, but you cannot say there is a presence.
okay,
You can say it's a presence, not a presence.
Okay, it is presence.
Yeah, is that what is presence?
It is presence.
But that what is in no sense.
It's the same before and now.
There is no before. For that there is no before. You have to watch your words here. We are in the training here. Be precise. Don't, because the same way you think you are.
Then okay, I cannot
Not
say
okay.
even it is same.
No, same is not the same. Same is always
Exactly.
is something what is can be call it self, because self is always self.
Yes.
It's not the
So
same.
there is no possibility to put it really in the words.
Of course you can. You are here to learn it. Because the way you think you are. Come on. Be the absolute thinker, which is prior to that thinker you think. You are with and without the thinker, the absolute intelligence, which is with and without one who is not. How can you then not say, I cannot pronounce it, the unpronounceable?
Look, I can.
No, I want to nail you down, not to this little pitiful brain acrobat. You have to be that one doesn't have to think before talking. And if you cannot do that, be quiet.
But you asked a question.
No, I don't ask a question. It's just
Yeah,
like, just in
that's
case
the
there's
question.
one question.
Yeah.
I'm not asking, just in case there's a question, just out with it. But it's not a question, you just want to make a statement. You just create a circumstance. What is your question? You have no question. You're fishing. Fishing in the darkness of some words and putting something together what may fit or may not fit, because it's just like, and then you're fishing in all the books you have read or something, what you heard for something, then it's fishing together. I tell you how it works. I tell you, I see it. Otherwise it would be just like a fluent, like a river without any origin. Then there is no...
Books, it's about my life.
But you have no life. Your life is just a memory cluster of some learned and history of some hearsay. My life. Even what you call my life.
Yeah, what I experienced.
Yeah, but that's all a cluster of bullshit.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Yeah, so what?
But I wanted to share that.
But I don't want to have it. Who wants to take that bloody chair of your tart of life? I'm not here to this is not a birthday party of someone who shares his life. I'm a big cake and now it's not about sharing here. Sharing my experiences. Who wants your experiences? Crucifixion. Everyone except me. No, I don't want your experiences. Everyone has enough to do with their own experiences.
Otherwise, I would not have them.
You would not have what?
Experiences. So it means you really.
I need it.
And it happens.
Now you really go too far. Now she calls me a needy bastard.
So is it?
And she has only question because I need them. What an arrogance talking there.
It happens.
It's not happens. It comes from the devil again here.
Yeah, but devil is
It's
also
called witchcraft.
Exactly.
I know women have some breathing problems all the time. No, it's always when I be somewhere, women always open everything until it's so fucking cold here. What's going on here?
You called you want
No, I'm not cold. It's just too
Anybody
noisy.
wants
It was too noisy outside.
That one has to be closed.
But everyone who comes new thinks, what are they doing here?
Was it? Oh, I see why, okay. Physical nose. Yeah.
It's like sharing the air. So today I'm in a good mood. So we start again. What is your
Question.
You have a question?
Yeah.
And
So I was reading Tony Parson. He's permanently talking about the ultimate lover. What is that then? The ultimate lover here, there, and everywhere, you know.
you have to ask him, I think. I'm not his translator. I think he talks English. Cannot understand English. So read his books if you want to understand Tony Parson, but I have no interest in Tony Parson.
Yeah, but that's not only he talks.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what he says. Why should I care about what he says? What Tony says? It's a Parkinson or whatever. Why should I talk about his diarrhea? Tony Parson. The Pony Club from England. He wants to talk that I talk about competitors. Oh. So he has no question. He needs Tony Parson to give him a question. You see, he could not find his original question. Now he has asked a question about Tony Parson. It's never good enough. But Andrews, are you cold?
Cover it
I
up.
don't want to be in a draft.
No. Imagine everyone now moving here. Once a closed window, one an open door. Oh, that one. It's called a kindergarten party or something.
It's saying in Ramana Ashram meditation. Somebody's coming,
Yeah,
switching
on,
off,
on, off.
The next one.
Everyone feels at home. That's why you cannot blame them. Everyone thinks I'm at home here. And I'm in control. It's my home, my ashram. Because I'm Ramana. Ramana would have never done that. Maybe. So where was I? Ultimate bullshit? What was it? The ultimate lover. question. Huh? So we better go with your experience. No, whatever this has happened, this is like shutting you up totally. It's not about answering your question and you can go home and put them into your little books of experiences and my little understandings and my little tralala. This is actually unloading all your bullshit of my life and I'm from Europe and I'm from my genetic ancestors and my blah 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 and my master said this and blah 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 and Tony Parson is comparing this to that blah 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 blah.
It's not about answering.
No, your question and your questions are already an answer. That's a problem. No one has a question actually. Everyone puts answers into questions. My precious answer I found and now I make a question out of it.
I did not find it. There is no answer to it.
You didn't say you have an answer. She is resistant. Imagine you would be married to one like her. I always like to put down women because the moment they resist and they fight against it, they're really women. And then there's their problem. If they would just, oh, he talks about women. Oh, is that me? No. So it's like you can, there's always two, it's a schizophrenic presence. There's the presence of the me, when I attack, reacts, bam, 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 gets hotting. And there's that what is never reacting. Just would be like always smiling and laughing in the background, whatever. And then maybe maybe there will be like a shifting between that what can never be touched by anything, never has any problem with being attacked or not, because it doesn't know even if there is one or not one who could be attacked, and the other one will always be reacting to something, being pleased or disgusted, what I say. And I really don't care about it. The only thing what I care about, absolutely, is that what I'm talking to, which is not this personal phantom cluster of question and answers. So in that sense, I work, this is not fair, I work from all directions and you just have one reference point, and by me being what I am, I talk from inside, outside, from all directions, or whatever. So it's not fair actually, but I don't care about it. So what else can I not do? More coffee, more power, more fun. Good. Some more questions about the ultimate. It's always, if you put it into word, ultimate, you already make it somewhere, whatever. If you call it anything, ultimate love or anything, you already define it. You already have an image out of it. And you always compare it with something else, and what is not ultimate, and this one, and that one. And who needs to understand that? What?
Just fell.
What?
Behind you.
Behind me?
Right as you said that.
It's good if roses have to fall down when I talk about love. Because the love I talk about don't need roses. Because that love I talk about, when I talk about, is never rising, so it never rose. And the rose, or whatever, it's just another bullshit plant. That is like a rose, the name rose is like, it came out, but it's not what it seems to be.
So is there any way for us to communicate with you without words? Because words are so, in my whole life I've always felt that words are tricky.
Yeah, but I like them.
What?
I like words.
You do. I like words, but I can never really find the right words to
But
use.
that's why you come here. This is like, because really, as you You experience yourself as you think, as you imagine, whatever, and the right words will kill that, whatever you... So there is like some words are killing the words, because they're empty, or they have this living words, that where there is, even the thinker is already an expression of what you are. So when that is talking, but never talks, like the silence in action, then it's that what happens. Then it's meditation, because that is the way you realize yourself, as meditation. But there is no one who has a good or bad meditation. And there is no expectation in it. So there's meditation without any idea of harvesting anything. So there's no harvester. But your personal life is full of expectation and full of trying to harvesting something. And you try to put seeds into something and words. You try to employ things. You became an employer of something, a master of something. And now I tell you, you are not a master of anything, because there is no self you can master. So be the absolute master, there is no slave anymore. So there is no employer, nothing needs to be employed. This is just a meditation of existence. Self meditating about itself without expecting to know itself or not. There is nothing to gain or to lose in anything. So again and again I point to that there is no gaining and not losing in anything. And your absolute being is just meditating out of joy and not out of necessity. But joy in action means there is no expectation coming, some joy from some blissful moments or something, or understanding. But you even enjoy the understanding as you enjoy the misunderstanding, because all you enjoy is a misunderstanding. You enjoy that you can never be understood by yourself. This misunderstanding, which is permanent. Everything is a misunderstanding. And you miss yourself in everything. And thanks God, you cannot be found in any circumstance. And praise the Lord, just in case, whatever. This missing is such a joy that you cannot be found, you cannot be nailed down, you cannot be giving a name, you will never know what you are and what you are not. This missing yourself in everything. This joy of missing I'm talking about. And not about the joy of finding something. I found out, and I went deep into meditation, and whatever this fuck it. Enjoy yourself as you are, as absolute as you are, and the joy in action means you miss joy, and you enjoy that joy cannot be experienced in any circumstance. Enjoy that to be what you are, which never needs to enjoy itself. That's joy I talk about, that's called silence, and not the joy you can find in understanding or intellectual acrobatic acts of tralala. But enjoy the intellectual acrobat because they're empty for you. They don't harm you, and they don't give and they don't take. So enjoy yourself. Even the most mindfuck is just the lingam penetrating the space. What is else there? There's mind, okay. And the mind is the lingam, the yoni, and then the information is there. So all the sex of life in meditation, but there is no birth coming out of it. Nothing is born out of it, and nothing needs to be killed in it. This is Tantra. You talking to yourself without any expecting some results out of it. Just for fun. So you create a phantom for fun, not for whatever. It's a phantom coming out of that joy you are. So it's all fantastic. This is phantasm of fun, fun, fun. So even sadness is fun. Look how sad I am today. Oh, I can be very sad. Oh, mamma mia, is that sad. Oh, I was never so sad as today. Wow, fantastic. So in that sadness, there is no one who is sad. You just experience yourself as sadness. So what? And then there's maybe what you call happiness, but both cannot bring you and change your nature. So there's nothing in for you, or it cannot take anything away from you. So what is the problem? So I'm asking you to not do anything. Just being what you are, because what you are is joy, and is by enjoying itself, realizing itself. So just by being what you are, there is joy, and nothing but joy. But that joy doesn't know what is joy and what is not joy. That is knowledge which doesn't know what is knowledge and what is not knowledge. So there is knowledge, yes. But where is ignorance? Where? Show me ignorance. Everyone talks about ignorance, but no one can show it. That's just an imaginary ignorance, but show me ignorance. You can neither show me ignorance or knowledge, because both cannot be shown. It's just an imaginary idea, just one word. Or heart, show me heart. Show me itself, show me the ultimate. It's all imagination, and thanks God nothing is in it. It's all empty words. Ultimate lover or not ultimate lover, the relative one, and it's all fantastic. And all of that is fun. Because all of that cannot make you more or less as you are. There's no, the quality of the treasure you are is never more or less. This Mamma mia. And you are sitting here through all that experiences, all your lifetime, whatever story thing, and there's that absolute omnipresence or presence, call it whatever, which was never more or less as it is. And I'm talking to that what is not more or less whatever. So you are more or less what you are. You are as nothing what you are, and you are as everything what you are, or between all the grey things. So for what there was never any problem, nothing was what needed to be solved, but there are many solutions, but you never needed some. So, enjoy, because it will take a while. Because it never started, your joy, and it will never end. And you better, because if you don't enjoy yourself being what you are, no one else will be it for you. And don't care about if someone else is realized or not, because you cannot get anything out of it. Let him be or not. Who cares? If someone is enlightened or not enlightened, or unenlightened, or whatever. Just be that what you are, because they will not become you, and for you what you are. So in that sense you have to be totally selfish. But when you are not, you are selling fish. It's like you're selling the fish of yesterday, which already stinks. That's having a story. Selling the fish of your story, what you have experienced yesterday or the moment before. You become a fisherman like Jesus before he became Christ. As Christ he was selfish. But as Jesus he was selling fish because he was a fisherman. There was even the laugh fish, and you made it ready for you. The Messiah, he makes such a mess about this place. All the Messiahs are leaving you a mess, which called religion behind. And I worked for my ass off that Ramanism wouldn't start, but I gave up. I failed. Now even here comes Ramanism. Around the world, wherever you go, Ramana, I'm a disciple of Ramana, a guy who never took any disciple. But now everyone is a devotee from Ramana, because I give my vote to Ramana, because if I take Ramana as president, I'm fantastic.
Just do that.